Hello there, a very good evening and welcome to the Snooker Legends 900. It is a finals night where 8 players dare to dream of a place in the grand final, the 23rd of November. 2 players already through. Who will be crowning the winner tonight? Well, hopefully you'll be sticking around to find out. Late night snooker, lots of fun, but really serious stuff tonight. You wouldn't think it with this shirt. Lee Richardson and Neil Foles joining me for tonight's final. And Neil, I bet you're disappointed because you have a shirt just like that. Are you glad you didn't wear it tonight?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah. Listen, he's the shirt. I won't try and outstage him. I've got no chance.
Well, it's my vegan-friendly shirt. Vegan-friendly.
I like it. I like it a lot. Right, tonight it is so big. Andrew Norman, Aaron Canavan already through. Who's going to be doing it tonight, Lee?
Well, again, it's just going to be a tough night, but the top half seems strong to me. You know, Patrick Wallace, Andrew Higginson, playing 2 good players, Raymond Fry, Gary Filtness. It's a tough one to call, Neil.
It is a tough one. I mean, the bottom half, has slightly changed with, Joey's in there with a great chance, Joe Johnson, of course. And also Matt Ford, who didn't do anything on the first night. He won last night's section, so maybe the bottom half's OK, but I agree with Lee, in the top half, any of those 4 could win the whole thing.
Well, Andrew Higginson was fancied. He was favourite at the start of the week. Let's check out what his odds are now. He will still be very well fancied, of course. Former professional, just fallen off tour. He's 5-2 ahead of Patrick Wallace at 7-2. Matt Ford won the final last night. He's at 5-1. Raymond Fry is undefeated. 6-1 from Northern Ireland. He's played brilliant this week. Gary Filtness at 8-1. Levi Meiller from Canada at 8-1. Joe Johnson at 10-1. We saw there was plenty of flair. The old spark was there with the 86 champion. He's in it to win it. And Dean Sycamore, the outsider, at 12-1.
Well, yeah, Andrew Higginson, as you say, has come off the tour. Now, he's called a top-up player now, so if they haven't got the full 128 players, they will pick up from the Challenge Tour, and he's one of those. And he got to the last 32, in the European Masters, lost narrowly to Judd Trump, I mentioned the other night, but if you're watching for the first time, this is a seriously good player who's, if you're talking about like a ground race or horse racing, he's moved down a grade. Can he win?
Still well handicapped, though.
Still a
on
top
his
player.
Old form, you would say, with Andrew Higginson. I suppose the question is, Lee, does he have the fire in the belly? When you're used to playing on the professional circuit, obviously this is an amazing tournament. Will he have that real fire to be winning this?
He kind of plays with that sort of nonchalance that it doesn't matter, because he gets on with it, even though he's got time at the table. You didn't see him slowing down the clock in his first match. He gets on with it, so it might look to the general public that he's maybe not trying as hard as the other. But that's not the case. If you're in this tournament, you've come to try and win it. It's £10,000.
The other thing about it is tonight is the night to play your best. Andrew Norman in the first week didn't look like he was playing all that well, and the semi-final and the final made 2 massive breaks. So now's the time to hit your best form.
Now is the time. That's it. If you lose, you're out of tonight. You're never going to be in the grand final. Raymond Fry, I would imagine he's going to be really confident, even though Andrew Norman and Aaron Canavan, as Neil said, Lee, they actually have lost and managed to win on finals night. But I thought he's looked really good.
He could be the best price at 6-1 out of everybody. I know he's possibly in the toughest half, but once he beats, if he beats his first match, he's going to fancy the job. OK, well, let's take a look at the
first round matches tonight for the final. And we've been chatting about the draw. The top half is very heavy. But look, we've got some real big names down at the bottom. Joe Johnson is in there. He's 4-6. He's going to be favoured tonight to beat Dean Sycamore. He's going to be joining us in the studio shortly. Matt Ford and Levi Meiller from Canada. What a story that would be if he could march all the way through into the grand final. And then at the top, you've got Patrick Wallace, Gary Filtness, to kick things off, and Andrew Higginson and Raymond Fry. They are serious matches.
They are. The one at the bottom interests me because Levi Meiller beat Matt Ford on day 1. Matt Ford looked all at sea. Everyone said he can play a lot better. Yesterday he did play a lot better and won the whole of day 2. So all of a sudden Levi Meiller, who won the match, he's probably right second favourite. You know, Matt Ford on what we saw yesterday is probably the most likely to win that one.
Yeah, but we've seen surprises already over the last few weeks. If you're having a ACCA, 4 of them to win tonight, Lee, who would you be going with?
Well, you know, I've got to go with my pundit's pick. I've got to go Patrick Wallace. I might have a dabble at Raymond Fry because, of course, Andrew Higginson is your choice. Then I think I'm going Joe Johnson and Matt Ford.
All right, Neil, what about yourself?
Wallace, Higginson, Johnson, Ford.
All right, and then that brings us on nicely to the pundits' pick. It's no stick or twist with this. We've chosen them a few days before week 3 started. And Neil, you've got 2 runners tonight, Andrew Higginson and Gary Filtness. How are the confidence levels?
Well, I'm not so confident about Gary Filtness. He's told me a whole range of things over that happened to him in the last 2 days.
He's had eye trouble. He's actually had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, he's clearly had very big problem with his eyes. So but he seemed better tonight anyway. He can play very well, but he's got it tough as well in that top part of the draw. I'm sticking with Higginson, because I thought he had a chance at the start and he's in there still. But he hasn't played quite as well, I must admit, as I thought he might have done by now.
OK, I think a lot of people were expecting him to win this week easy, but we saw with Daniel Wells, Billy Castle, it's not that easy when you come into the week as favourite. You've gone with Patrick Wallace as your nap this week, Lee.
Yeah, I mean, just an extremely good player, very solid. Yeah. It could be anybody tonight. I mean, Andrew Higginson is a great player. I mean, you can't go beyond that. But I still like Patrick Wallace, to tell you the truth.
And of course, your other man, last night, Andy Lavin. I mean, Joe Johnson pulled up trees to beat him, and now Joe's playing someone who's named after a tree. Dean Sycamore.
Where have you pulled that one out? Have you been thinking about that?
I think he's looking at that shirt.
I've picked stuff off the tree.
It is all fun and jokes and games, and hopefully you will be with us throughout the night. We're 3 weeks in, but you may just have joined us. You're very welcome. Here's what it's all about, the format and the rules. Each week consists of 12 players. 8 will play on Monday, with the top 4 progressing to Wednesday. 4 new players will join the 4 Monday losers in a new 8 on Tuesday. The top 4 progress to Wednesday. And on Wednesday, the final 8 will battle it out to be crowned our weekly champion. The format is repeated over 8 weeks before our weekly champions contest the grand final. Each night will see 7 matches around some new and exciting rules. And with ball in hand for any foul, the opportunity is there for any player in our 96 field to become the first champion.
Hello, you lovely snooker fans. Let me tell you the rules of the 900. It's a 15-minute frame, which is the 900 seconds, but the players have to contend with a 20-second shot clock. There are no timeouts, but the referee can stop the clock if they do something that would disadvantage a player. Any foul gives your opponent ball in hand, which means you can place this anywhere on the table. If you don't pot a ball, you must hit a cushion. If you don't, it's a foul. And that foul will give your opponent the points of whatever ball you were going for. At the end of the frame, if the scores are tied, we've reached deadlock. A blue ball shootout will decide the winner. And finally, folks, the break-off shot. The cue ball must hit the top cushion and come past the line of the pink. None of that Mark Williams shenanigans going on here. So that's it, folks. Don't take too long. Don't miss.
So there are the rules, the format, and, well, basically you've got a whole load of snooker to enjoy over the next few weeks here on Sporty Stuff TV. And you're very lucky because you'll also be enjoying the legend, Joe Johnson, who's suited and booted and ready to roll. Joe, how are you?
Yeah, well, I'm ready to roll, and I'm suited and booted. But, I mean, one-frame matches are very nervy affairs. And as the boys have been saying, anybody can win, and I think I can win. I'm sure everybody else feels the same way. And
what about your opponent tonight, Dean Sycamore?
Well, I don't know him, obviously. I don't know him.
I knew well you wouldn't.
Yeah, well, I don't know any. I mean, I know Patrick Wallace and Andrew Higginson because they've been on the main tour, and maybe 1 or 2 others, but the majority of players I don't know, but it's great to see them for the first time, playing in this event. And, it's great that Jason Francis has organised this, because it gives so many people the chance to play on TV and improve the game and play good players.
Joe will play whoever turns up. He doesn't care who it is. Don't matter what their name is. Not interested. I'll just play you on the table. And he said he's ready to roll. Yeah. He's not ready to roll up to the bunch again. Just one more gentle reminder, no rolling into the bunch.
No,
you said you'll never do that again. It's not happening, right?
Never do that again.
But
no.
Joe, you've been sensational this week. We've really enjoyed your snooker. What about back home? Has anyone been able to stay up late enough to tune in to watch it?
Some of the kids have. I mean, my wife hasn't, but she's not really interested in snooker. You know, she's only ever been to two matches. One was the World Championship final, and the other one was the year after. So them's the only two matches she's ever been to.
She picks and chooses her matches. 2 world finals.
She knows when's to turn up. Who knows, if you make it to the grand final, we might see her here at the Crucible in Reading.
Hey, let's hope
Who
so.
knows? But great to have you playing tonight. Of course, Joe will play Dean Sycamore. And we mentioned that final, 1986. And funny enough, talking of 1986, of course, Joe Johnson was crowned champion of the world. And a certain Neil Foles on this day won the biggest career title. Yes, you, Neil, beating Cliff Thorburn 12-9 in the final of the BCE International in Stoke. He beat his dad in the last 32, 5-0. I mean, we'll talk about the tournament, the fun fact and all of that, but
hey, he was some player, Neil. I think you got up to number 2, was it, in the world?
I was number 3.
Number 3.
This man did me in the next year's World Championship. That day, you know, was the day of the Arc de Triomphe. The big horse race, and Barry was my manager then, and I thought he'd be at the final, watch me in my first ranking final. He was at the races.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's probably where I would have
That's
gone
what's
to.
important. Yeah.
It was the year Dancing Brave won the Arc de Triomphe for racing people out there.
My gosh.
Yeah.
But playing your dad, just how did that feel? What was the occasion, and I guess the feelings? Because obviously he was your biggest supporter.
Well, he wouldn't have got to the last 32 and many. He'd beaten Bill Werbenek in the round before. But he wasn't even trying to beat me. He could have got done by the integrity unit, you know. He didn't have a bet on it, but I don't think he wanted to beat me.
Yeah.
And you can understand why, can't you?
It's called love.
Yeah, it is love and support. What about your first victory? Obviously, the 1986 World Champion. Was that your first proper win on television?
That was my first rank. Well, it's the only ranking event I've won. I mean, I won about 6 or 7 events the year after and the year after that. But that's the only ranking event that I won, and it's a great one to win, isn't it?
They used to say that, Joe Johnson, he's a great player, you know, in the qualifiers, get him on the TV, he's not going to win. And then all of a sudden he's world champion and then finalists the year after. It was never the case, was it?
But I always struggled with the TV lighting. You know, it threw a different light onto the ball. Yeah. It really did. No, I mean, up until I won, yeah. I mean, I'd never won a match at the Crucible until I won the tournament.
Incredible.
I mean, if you're going to have a breakthrough win, why not make it at the Crucible in the World Championship?
That year, and he won the next 4 the year after.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Amazing.
I think we've got the clip of Neil.
Really? We're still back on that?
Yeah, we
Come on, let's have a look.
It's on this day. It's our fun fact on our Snooker Legends 900 programme tonight. And as we've already said,
black and white?
Probably, you played your dad, Jeff Foles, but of course you did beat Cliff Thorburn 12-9 in the final.
And here, coming from the right-hand side, is the 23-year-old from Perivale in London. He's such a nice lad, and he's getting tremendous response. He receives that wonderful cup, which I gather is a 19th century piece of silver, and the cheque is for £35,000 a kiss. And I know one person will be very pleased, Jeff Foles' dad, and of course his mum, Mrs. Foles, will be delighted with this success.
Wow, absolutely fabulous moments. You almost looked a little bit shy with the trophy there.
I wasn't used to picking up trophies, I can tell you. Yeah. To beat Cliff Thorburn in that final was a big deal for me because he was, well, you know, Joe, he was hard as nails.
He was a tough player. Yeah. But so were you. Don't take anything away from yourself.
He's always been a good friend.
Nobody wanted to play Neil Foles, I can tell you.
Yeah. It's just like one big massive love in here tonight, isn't it? It's fabulous to have Joe Johnson, of course, and Neil Foles on our team here. But it's not going to be love out there tonight because it's all up for grabs. The place in the grand final. We'll be getting our first match underway after the break. Patrick Wallace 8-15 against Gary Fitness 11-8. That's next.
It is a tail. You won the toss.
Okay, folks, welcome to week 3 finals night.
Gary Filtness to break.
What a match we've got to start off with. Gary Filtness and Patrick Wallace. This really is anyone's game.
Going to be interesting, isn't it? This is, of course, Wednesday night, so you get beat, you go home. There's no second chances here. I think he's been playing in the Pro-Am today, Pat Wallace, hasn't he? And certainly won a few matches, I'm told.
Yeah, nice shot to nothing there. More of a safety than a pot there, I think.
Well, that's left side's totally blocked by the brown and blue here. This is not a nice shot to have to play because you can't roll into the bunch and got to protect the red over the pocket. It's hard to do from this position, isn't it? It's one of those situations not easy to know what to do.
No, I think I'd have been playing the side cushion into the side of the pack, Neil.
Yeah, which is totally legal, as you say. Now, here's the shot. Gary Filtness, he could pot this and just career the cue ball into the bunch and see if you get lucky. It's what the players do sometimes. You can get unlucky, but if it works out, you could leave yourself on 6 reds and a colour. Maybe he was a bit thin for that. He certainly played it the thin way. He seemed confident to me. He was up here early on, Gary Filtness. He seemed confident. He said he was playing all right, but only time will tell, because he downed tools the other night, 4 minutes left, and he gave in, and he could still win. I don't know what he was thinking. He apparently looked at the wrong clock. How many clocks are in there, to be honest? To look at the wrong one, but anyhow. That was then, this is now.
Yep, I heard him say to Billy Castle he was striking it well, because he's playing with no contact lenses tonight. So of all the palaver we had the other night, he's going all out with no glasses, no contact lenses, no excuses now.
It's like a horse that used to wear blinkers and they used to take the blinkers off. You know, does it work? We're going to find out. I would have thought if he needs the contact lenses, playing without them surely can't help. But we'll see, won't we?
And Patrick Wallace playing without the glove.
Yeah.
1.
And that was a good pot from him.
And a nice kiss.
There's a more serious feel on the Wednesday night, I always think, you know. This is the timing. Oh, what's he doing here? What's wrong with the blue? He obviously thinks he can get in behind the blue off the yellow. I can't imagine why he wouldn't try and score here. You said it was a nice kiss. You didn't think he'd play that, did you?
Well, maybe he was dead straight on the blue, and he felt like he could only bring it back to the cushion and then play a safety shot.
That's all it could have been, but I still think putting points on the board, even a few, might come in handy. It tells me one thing, that he hasn't got much cue power these days, because he couldn't have even got near a red by the looks of things.
Unless he thinks the cue ball's playing a bit heavy and didn't fancy the... I mean, he was going to have to cover some ground to get amongst the reds.
Amazing. We mentioned it the other night, being for fear of repeating ourselves, but I mean, the year he got to the quarterfinals of the Crucible, he beat Alan McManus 10-2, Mark King, I think 13-5, and lost 13-11 only to Joe Swale. An incredible performance. The only time he ever played there, you know.
Like I said, he's a great player.
He was always a bit on the slow side, Patrick, but I think these days he plays a bit quicker. He could get in behind one of them colours there, the brown and blue, in a very appetising, inviting areas. He's not quite hit it hard enough, but it's still pretty good. At the moment, Filtness is almost wearing the carpet out down that end. All his shots are from down there.
Well, in this format, Neil, Patrick's got to play a bit quicker.
He's got no choice. He's got his mind's made up.
Yep. He's no good second-guessing yourself here. See the obvious shot and play it.
He's got to miss his foot on the way back up.
Check side, he didn't get the check on it.
Yeah, the ready flick was the one that was in the way, but he, as you say, has just got a glance. It's not the end of the world. Pat Wallace is looking to time up in knots here. Play this with a trace of left-hand side. I think this up and down safety. In behind brown and blue again is the plan.
I mean, you can try and tie Gary Filtness up in knots, but, you know, Gary's very capable.
Well, he has tried, and I think he's done it. That's some shot, isn't it?
Yeah, he's banging trouble here now. Look at the reds are everywhere. I don't think he'll have a problem hitting a red, but getting it safe is going to be tricky.
Well, I think this is just got to hit and hope, try and fluke one here. Yeah. Well, if that was as much trouble as you could be in, I think, with the red spread like this in this format. Brilliant safety shot, you know that.
Excellent.
Now I know why he refused that blue earlier, because he's looking for something. He's got bigger fish to fry. This is the chance. Oh, well, he misses the red. He got too slow there again. He started getting involved, looking at things, and it started beeping, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a bit of shock.
So is Gary, I think. Well, on a different day, that red goes in front of the pink, doesn't it? And he can't pot it.
Yeah, well, this is a great chance. We're just going back to Patrick's shot. He was on the red into the right-hand corner where with the rest that he could have just stunned into the red next, sort of to the left of the black. But, well, forget about that one now, Neil.
He made a meal of the opening red. He needs to get on with it. It's the point we were making, and now he just can't do anything about this.
Well, he obviously just thought he was going to make a few around the pink spot, which is where the action, which is where Gary is right now.
Now, one thing, if there's any talk of this cue will be in heavy, they're zipping it around quite nicely. I can't imagine there's much wrong with it. Look at that shot. Got the cue ball back effortlessly. This is a big shot to get behind a red.
I can see Gary Filtness winning this competition tonight. And you've got him.
Well, I've got him as my second, yeah. Next best behind Andrew Higginson.
14.
I'm not saying I'm ever going to say to anyone, look, if you need contact lenses, take them out and play without them. I can't imagine that's ever going to be something you'd recommend.
See, Gary's always going to be playing into a good area. This is why he wins a lot of matches in the seniors. For me, he always seems to play the right shot.
Well, listen, he's played snooker at a good level for many, many years. And yeah, we go back, most of us do, but you know, all the years I've been involved in snooker, Gary's been playing it.
Yep, always had a cue in his hand. Table at home. Does plenty of coaching. And he will have done plenty of practice for this.
25.
Well, it might have to be the red down the cushion with the rest. He's furious to finish there. And it means getting onto a colour is difficult as well. You have to screw back for the blue. This is a tough shot. Didn't fancy it, did he? I get the feeling.
No, I don't blame him. It was a horrible shot.
25.
You know, he's a little kiss away of still being at the table.
still 5 minutes odd left, just over. So still time for Patrick Wallace, but quite frankly, whatever chance he gets, he won't be better than the one that he didn't take advantage of earlier.
Yeah, is this a shot to nothing in the middle, chipping it into the middle off of 2 cushions and back up to the bulk area?
Pat Wallace might just decide here to go for this long red, try and get on the black.
The eggs are in one basket now.
Doesn't look very confident tonight, does he, Patrick Wallace? Safety, yes. Potting, no.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised he rolled that one in.
One.
This has got to go, this cue ball. Don't think he's put enough on it.
6.
Play on the red just below the pink, and again, he's quite frustrated. I suspect he'll be heading in behind the brown. I don't see him going for the double. He's not in a position where he needs them. Don't need to take any risks. Keep Patrick at long range, Lee, is the answer, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got 3.5 minutes left. No need for any antics. He still could have run the clock down a little bit longer, Neil. No, I'd be doing that now with a nice little lead like this.
Yeah, every shot, there's no need to rush. You know, even don't play until the beeps start to come in. If that's the way you want to play, if you're trying to win, that's a perfectly legitimate way of playing.
Doesn't want to hit anything thick here. Is he going for this?
Can play the containing safety here, the dump shot, can't he? People down that end. Oh, he's found a way back to bulk.
Oh.
Don't know how.
Well, Patrick's going to have to go for something certain.
Interesting choice of red again. He's missed one of these already into that pocket.
He's hit one thick and one thin.
It's not happening, is it, for him? And Gary with a chance to extend his lead and occupy the table for a bit longer.
One.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the end, I fear. He's absolutely perfect here, Neil. It's not a difficult shot for the next 6, 7, 8 shots. They're all simple little stun, screw, roll throughs.
Yeah, and I'm glad in a way that he's not just taking all of the time up on every shot when there's no need for it, because if you're going to keep potting balls, that's the next best thing, isn't it? It's playing the game properly.
Well, he knows he only needs a few more balls to sort of win without a visit from Patrick.
16.
He's had a couple of seconds there, though, Neil.
Yeah, he's not rushing, understandably. Patrick had his one great opportunity, which well, he didn't even get past the first red, but it was an easy one that he missed, and he hasn't really had much since then. Gary's played a pretty solid frame here. He was down in bulk for the most part of the first 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, and he must have feared the worst when he was behind that green. Or brown, was it? Behind the brown?
He was nailed in behind the brown and gave Patrick the chance, and he missed that red. And since then, he's been all filthness. There's just under half a minute left, so there's only one winner of this, and it's the blade, as they call him. And I think handshakes are about to take place. Patrick Wallace, it wasn't to be tonight, the warm embrace from the man from Northern Ireland, but it's Gary Filtness who's through to tonight's semi-final with a very convincing win.
Welcome back to the Snooker Legends 900, week 3, the final, and our first man through to the semi-final with a convincing victory is Gary Filtness. Gary, congratulations. You played well.
Listen, you're all right. Don't worry about that. I tried hard today.
You were very good, because they're telling me that you had no contact lens and you've had all sorts of eye
I've
problems.
had all trouble.
No problems with those eyes
nothing
tonight?
At all. No, nothing at all. I forgot the fella's name I went to see today, but I'll get it and give him a little shout.
OK, but you're feeling fine?
Oh, brilliant.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's perfect. He had the cue ball on a bit of string. You know, you must have felt terrible when you was behind that brown, because you know the reds are absolutely everywhere, and you think to yourself, I was thinking to myself, just hit a red, don't try something stupid and give him ball in hand, and that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, I did think that, but if you had a look at the pink and the black, all I was thinking, if I hit him 3 reds, he's got to work the pink and black. If he had the ball in hand, put it where he likes, he goes red, black. Black's on the spot.
Opens
good night.
it up, yep.
Do you know what I mean? He played a good shot.
Yep.
We had a good little safety battle there.
Yeah, it was good. There was 5 minutes of it. You know, it was good.
It was all right.
You've beaten a good player there in Patrick Wallace.
Listen, he's a top player. Top player. I've known him years and years. Just top player.
And someone has told me your parents are watching this evening.
He's gone already. Don't get me in here with him. Get Folsey back in here. No, listen.
But look, to be fair, it's quite a wonderful moment that they are able to tune in and watch you do your stuff. Listen, and they'll be very proud of you.
Gary can win this tonight, no problem.
I think I
you
can.
You can definitely play. You play like that. You know, you play good safety. Your long game is good. You're one of the better players for stroking the ball in off the top cushion and back up for bulk. I'll carry on talking before you go. Come on, help me out.
Do it all the time. I can't stop crying every time I interview you. I cry. There ain't nothing wrong with me. I swear to God, if you just let me talk, I'll be all right.
There is something wrong with him, all right.
Don't let me talk.
No,
but my mum and dad are watching. Love you lots.
Great.
Mwah.
Fab. You're going to get us all
so
going
good.
now.
But listen, I don't even know why I do it. There ain't no emotion in me at all. You've got to let me talk. Just don't let me talk, I cry. Can't help it. I do it every year.
Right,
I ain't got time for you to talk.
Nicky Lazarus, I love Nicky. He'd be absolutely giving it to me in about 10 minutes on the phone.
If you win this, we might all have to swim out of here. Congratulations to Gary Filtness. Wonderful.
But anyway.
And of course, we're ready for our next. Who will Gary play in the semi-final? Will it be Andrew Higginson while he's 8 to 15 to beat Raymond Fry? They're ready in the match room, so let's join Neil Foles in the commentary box.
Thank you, Rachel. There'll be some more tears at the end of this match, I think, in about 15 minutes for somebody. I don't know who. Billy Castle is alongside me. We have the match between Andrew Higginson on the left and Raymond Fry on the right. Raymond Fry was the winner on day 1 of this group, so he's unbeaten. Andrew Higginson, he had to wait another day to qualify. This is the difficult match, I think, of the 4. Would you say that?
Yeah, Neil. For me, this is the match of the night for the first round. You know, Raymond was brilliant on the opening night, and we all know how good Andrew is.
Yeah, you know, Andrew has been a leading player in his career, but he's fallen off the tour, and here he is playing in this event.
Yeah, well, so Andrew's been in ranked event finals. He's been pro for 20 years. You know, he's a very experienced guy, and he's a class player on and off the table.
Yeah, the ranking event final was the 2007 Welsh Open, where he lost to Neil Robertson. He was in front in the final session. He'd had a 1-4-7 break that week. Okay, that's 15 years ago, but that's the kind of player we're speaking about.
Yeah, and he's got first chance here, Neil.
1.
Nice to get in first, isn't it? You know, in this format, it really helps if you can get a score and your opponent is chasing the frame from an early stage.
Yeah, there's nothing worse in this format when you got a chaser, you know, a bit of a lead. You know, if Andrew can just build a few points here. Raymond's got quite a bit of chasing to do. So he's played the cue ball into an area here, so he's got a red to the middle.
I think, as I said earlier, you know, the good time to play your best snooker is on the Wednesday evening. We saw it with Andrew Norman, who hadn't played all that well in week one. He made the 129 break in his semi-final, and he beat the man alongside me to take his place, and Billy Castle. And you know, if you play your best snooker now, at the end of the third day is the time, isn't it?
Yeah, well, so if Andrew can copy that, what Andrew Norman done on the first night, which is play your best snooker tonight, and that's all that matters. You know, I'm sure tonight his concentration and all that will be intact, because you know there's a big prize on the end of it as well for him. You know, already he looks zoned in.
Yeah, it looks a slightly different proposition already to what we saw in the first couple of days.
Yeah, first couple of days, you know, he was adjusting to the table. He's a little bit quick around the table, but he's at a nice pace tonight. You know, he's taking his time, and he's hitting the cue ball very well.
17.
Do everything goes in the bunch, that the red at the top of the bunch, whether the one out just below the pink pots into the left corner, I don't know. Not much else appears to go. Looks like he's played on the red down the cushions, so that tells you there's nothing else but this red that's on.
Yeah, and like I say, he's played it absolutely perfect for this red. Yeah, it's another nice pot.
Little cannon on the two reds, Billy. Maybe hit the left one.
Yeah, like I say, he's got a nice angle if he can get the cannon on this red. There it is.
Lovely shot. A class player. I mean, anyone that's following this and likes snooker and likes to bet on snooker or whatever, you know, you're seeing that he's a very good player on the tour for a very long time. And he said to us last night, of course, it's a bit of a life-changing moment for him, really. He's no longer on the tour, but he's still able to play snooker, which I guess is what counts.
Yeah, well, there's so many amateur tournaments now, and obviously Jason provided us with a platform to play on TV as well. You know, it's huge for the amateur game.
Mark Beale, the referee, putting the cue ball in behind, or the pink ball rather, in behind the bunch, down the centre of the table. This is the last open red, I think. Don't think anything else goes. But already he's chalked up a good lead here.
Yeah, and so Raymond will be, if he does come back to the table, you know, he's got a bit of chasing to do, but that's a lovely shot.
Well, there's two reds in play now.
Yeah, he's played that absolutely beautiful there. He's picked these two reds off. Oh, he's not got hold of that cue ball there.
It's almost like a little mishit, wasn't it? Because the cue was way short of where it should have been.
I'm not sure if that's a plant there he's looking at.
Maybe that's what he played on originally.
Yeah, he knew he had that plant there, so...
That's not the worst nudge either.
No, Raymond will be fair in the worst there if this brown goes in. You know, he's got three reds in the open. Lovely shot. Yeah, by the looks of it, I think Andrew's peaking at the right time.
I mean, look, we've only been playing just over 5 minutes, and he's way on his way here. Well on his way to win the match.
No, I watched Andrew a lot when I was obviously on the tour with him, and what he is now, he's deceivingly quick at break building.
He's a very popular guy on the tour as well. He seems to get on very well with everybody over a period of time. Never heard a bad word about him. He's a popular figure, and he's going to have to hit a cushion on this shot somewhere.
Yeah, Andrew's he's a very popular figure amongst the players on the tour. You know, he makes time for everyone.
He's someone who's on the tour 20 years. You can have a few enemies along the way, but he doesn't seem to have any. Anyway, I don't think Raymond Fry likes him all that much at the moment because he hasn't had a chance.
No, Paul Raymond hasn't had a chance yet, and you know, the way Andrew's playing, you know, he could knock this red in.
And that could be end of match.
Yeah, he's normally good from this range. He's very reliable.
Superb.
That's absolutely brilliant pot. He's in fine tune tonight now.
Well, I mean, as I say, this might not even go. This could be over with 5 minutes to spare, the way things are going.
Well, just one good shot here. Next minute, I think it'll be all over with. You know, poor Raymond Fry here. He's not done a lot wrong, has he? Really?
No, I mean, he was Monday night was his night. He won his matches. Oh, hang on. Is there a plot twist? Certainly he's not too many in front. Raymond Fry has had some sort of a chance, albeit not easy. So that was a surprise from Higginson, missing that easy red.
Yeah, albeit he's 53 behind, but all you ask for in this format is a chance. He struck that well. He's a little bit unlucky there. Like, didn't cue that bad.
Well, I think the chance, that's the best he's going to get. And surely Higginson's going to convert this now.
Yeah, it's like I say, in this format, you know, you're 53 down. There's a lot more pressure on that pot.
This is a record time. I mean, I haven't seen anyone win or be at the point of snooker's required with 7 minutes left, and that's what's going to happen here. This is game over.
Yeah, no, this is the way Andrew plays. You know, he can rattle off frames very quick. And Joe, well, it's frame over. It's a brilliant frame from Andrew Higginson. I've been impressed with him here.
14.
Just missed that one ball. That's all he's done wrong.
Andrew Higginson, 15.
Well, that's it. That is all over, ladies and gentlemen, with 6 minutes left. And it's a very convincing victory for Andrew Higginson. Raymond Fry, the winner money, wasn't to be tonight. Higginson is very comfortably through to play Gary Filtness later on.
Week 3 of final tonight at the Snooker Legends 900, and Andrew Higginson has booked his place in the first semi-final. He'll play Gary Filtness later this evening. He's joined us now. Well done. That was really good. Much better. I thought you were on fire.
Yeah, I played better then. I think he was unfortunate. I left him sort of a shot to nothing, and he's gone for it. And as what normally happens with snooker, he's rattled it. It's gone along the cushion and left me, and I've made 50, which sort of is a good settler. And then you just got to try and keep the lead then that way, yeah.
Have you been practising down here the last couple of days?
I had about 15 minutes before. I was out the hotel this morning, checked out this morning at 10:30, so I've been just wandering around Reading for the last 10 hours, basically.
I often see you with your dad. Has he come?
Yeah, well, a bit of a funny story, but he came the first day, and we totally forgot. We come down to one car, obviously it's about 3.5 hours away, and I'd got him and my mum tickets for Cirque du Soleil, and it was actually tonight, so we had to get my dad back home. And then I've had to drive back down again, so we had a bit of a nightmare, but it's there at the show now, and I've just won, so it makes no difference.
So he wasn't missing Cirque du Soleil?
No, absolutely not. No, I wouldn't let him miss that.
We were chatting about you at the top of the show, you know, wondering if the fire is in your belly to be winning an event like this after playing on tour for so long. Have you got the hunger to be 900 champion?
Well, yeah, of course. Like I said about Jason and that, you know, it's the opportunities are here, and why not win it? You know, there's big money to be playing for now. You know, if you get through and then you get to the final stages or the grand final, you know, there's big money to be playing for, especially as class as an amateur now. That's what you want. You just, you know, you want to be trying to get yourself back to where I feel as though I belong.
Tell me, sorry, you want to get back to where you belong. I understand that. We spoke the other night about you losing your place on the tour. Do you still practice as much? Because I would think that it would be quite hard to get motivated with no professional matches to come.
I've just been asked a question downstairs, funny enough, and in all honesty, no. I think what I've done is, over the years, I think I've just put too much emphasis on going in and maybe doing 4, 5, 6 hours, and it's nice when you're playing against other people, but when you're on your own, It's, you know yourself, Neil, it's just a nightmare. And then when I fell off the tour, I thought I'll look at it a little bit different now, and what I tend to do now is I do go in there for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I have a break, and then maybe I'll go and do like another hour. So each day I'm going in and playing, and it's not every day as well. It's making me like get the bug back of like I'm excited to go and play, because if I hit a bit of form, I won't allow myself to carry on playing. I just walk away from it the next day. Then I'm itching to go and play, and that's the way I've looked at it this time. It's sort of keeping me a bit more motivated, I would say.
And can it be sometimes the quality of practice, because you can go into the club or whoever you practice with and be there for 8 hours and maybe not put in proper practice?
Well, that's what it's like. Rachel's absolutely bang on. You can have 8 hours practice and you feel like you've not really done anything or learnt anything. There's no point in it, but that's what players do, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And like I said, I did it for a long while. And all that happens is the frustration just builds up and up and up in your body and your mind, and then you come away, and like you just said then, Neil, you can go in and play for like 5, 6, 7 hours and come away and feel like you've actually done nothing. You got nowhere. And other days you go in, like I said, what I'm doing now, just having the odd hour here and there, and I'm playing better in the spells I am practicing.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that performance tonight. You're going to be playing Gary Fitness in the semi-final.
Yeah.
How are we looking forward to that one?
Yeah, well, I seen the tail end of his frame there while I was waiting to come on myself, and like he played a really good frame, and like, you know, I think a lot of people would have thought Patrick would have got through, but you know, in this format, one frame, it is anybody's. I will be favourite, but there's no reason why you can't win.
You're 4-9 favourite, 13-8 for Gary Phillips. That'll be coming up a little bit later. Listen, you're going to be favourite. You know, I think there's a lot of expectation, and I'm sure your parents after Cirque du Soleil, they'll be very pleased to see you win tonight. Who knows? You might be in the grand final in November. That will be all played out. The plays for week 3, of course, tonight. Next up, though, looking forward to Dean Sycamore, who is 11-10 against the 1986 world champion Joe Johnson. He's odds on 4-6. And we can now cross over to the match room. Let's get to Lee in the commentary.
Thank you, Rachel. Boy, oh boy, this tournament tonight is taking up its place well, Billy. I mean, Gary Filtness has played great. Andrew Higginson has hit a bit of form.
Yeah, tonight, Lee, I've been so impressed with the first 2 frames.
Yeah, I mean, good standard. They are, they're itching to play, all of these players. We've been downstairs having a drink, getting our waters and our Red Bull, you know, our energy drinks and all sorts. Everyone's, cool. What a start that would have been.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, and I was just impressed with Andrew there tonight, because, you know, that's what top players do when they need to. They just zone in. You know, you can see Andrew's in the zone now. There was nothing rushed tonight with him. It was all measured, a nice pace around the table, and he did look good.
Yeah, you know yourself, Billy, it's difficult, isn't it, to get tuned in, you know, to make a 50 break or above. You know, as soon as you... Oh, no!
Oh, that's unlucky. That's so unlucky. Joe's hit them lovely. And I'm not sure if there was a plant on there, but... That's a good chance here for Dean early on. You know, this for Dean is absolutely playing a former world champion, a legend of the game. You know, he'd absolutely relish this moment, Lee, wouldn't he?
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's not used to this at all, though. You know, he's not played as a pro. He just plays on the seniors. You know, he's happy to be there for the weekend. You know, sort of when we first started the seniors, it was like nice to see everybody, and he'd, you know, show up and have a few drinks, and so this is massive.
Yeah, I remember watching Dean, like I say, when the obviously seniors qualifiers used to be up Newbury and stuff, when it was all starting out. You know, he'd show up to every event, and you know, he's backed it all the way. And he's earned his place in the tournament.
14.
I think he needed a nice little start to this frame to settle himself down as well. This is a big shot now.
Good morning, 14.
He's rattled, you know, the 2 shots he has missed, he has rattled them, so, you know, he looks in decent form himself.
So this is the thin one, Billy.
This is very thin.
It's no bother to a man like the 1986 champion of the world, Joe Johnson. He doesn't matter, his eyes are pretty good, mate.
No, like, you know, I've listened to Joe talk this week and I've watched him, you know. The way he goes about the game and all that is absolutely brilliant. You know, he doesn't care who he plays. You put anyone up.
Because he doesn't know half of them.
Yeah.
Maybe more than half. Oh, what a shot that is.
Yeah, that's another lovely shot from Dean now. You know, he's got a...
I think it's a safety shot. I think he's got to play safe as well, mate. Sorry.
No,
or maybe he's going to try and chip the pink in, just grab a couple more points.
That's a nice pot again from Dean. He looks a lot comfortabler tonight than I see him yesterday, Dean. You know, he's built a nice little early lead here. That'll take a bit of pressure off his shoulders. You know, it's only early in the frame, but Joe's got a little bit of chasing to do again.
He's played a nice safety. Well, how's about that? Joe Johnson is back with another long shot. That's a surprise, Billy, isn't it?
Oh. You know, his long game's absolutely unbelievable. That's a lovely shot from Joe. You know, he's got a tricky black here, though. He's being sensible. So far, Lee, everyone I've seen tonight so far, they look all on their game.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get to the Wednesday, mate.
Yep.
You know, it brings it out of you. You know yourself, mate. It's important. I think he's changed his mind a couple of times there. Not exactly sure what he played for when he potted the black.
No, I think it was straight. He couldn't do a lot with it. So, Dean gets this one off the cushion and all the reds being open play. So it might be a tactic there Joe's played. A tricky little safety shot here.
Yeah, and this is when the players have been coming. You know, they've all been hitting it short. He needs a lot more side on that. That's a great shot.
Yeah, that's a good shot. You know, a lot of players this week they've been landing by the black ball.
Yeah, they've been falling short of the black cushion.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still a little bit short there, but he's covered the 3 or 4 reds in the table by the black. Or is he? Can you see the top one into the middle, Billy? He's playing the red next to behind the green.
No, I think he might have been tempted by the cross double there, up and down. But you know, he's played a sensible shot there. Yeah, I thought we'd have played safe to the lead, to be honest. You know, there's a lot of time left in this game yet. He's only 16 behind.
Oh, what a great chance now, Billy, for Dean Sycamore to get himself into the semi-final tonight.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him so far, what I've seen of him in this frame. He's a shadow of himself yesterday. He was very nervous yesterday. You know, but at the minute he's striking the ball nice. But this here requires a good cueing. You can't afford to give Joe any sort of chance.
8.
Lovely stun run through.
You know, this frame could be over very quickly. come off the cushion a little bit faster than he thought with their ring.
Yeah. I was surprised he did the stun run through when he was near the pink. I thought he might have just stunned it in for the pink in the corner, you know, just left the cue ball around the middle of the table.
Yeah, he even had a yellow in the middle if he finished short on a pink there, and you know.
But he was still perfect on the black.
Yeah, Joe's still in this frame. There's a long time left, 7 minutes. The balls are in a good place for a counter attack. Now if I was Dean now, I'd be trying to tie a few colours up if I had the chance. Yeah, push this brown even more on the cushion.
He's kind of made a mistake there. He's going to be in trouble now.
You know, if he hit the red a bit thinner there, Lee, he could have pushed that brown down tight onto the cushion a bit.
Joe could have been done with a little bit harder there and get that cue ball tight on that bolt cushion.
I'm surprised he's taking this red.
Yeah, this is a crazy shot, because all of a sudden then he's bringing the only safe red on the table. Sooner or later, Joe's going to have to push the boat out.
Oh, he's looking at a red to the right middle here.
He's going to need a bit of luck to land on a colour, Billy, if this goes in.
Yeah, they've not been great chances. What Joe's had to go at tonight so far. They've been very, very difficult reds.
What's happened, Billy?
He's been a little bit fortunate here as well, really. He's not left too much.
It's only fortunate if Joe doesn't knock this one in.
Yeah, it's a difficult red, because if he does miss it, then it's easily cue ball area where Dean be on 3 reds. Oh.
What a long pot again. See, he's played it with a little bit of a, you know, a shot to nothing, but oh, here we go then. Can he put another counter attack? Zip. Oh.
He's okay.
6.
Yeah, his long pot on this one has been devastating. It really has.
I mean, when you think he's 70 years old. Oh dear.
Joe Johnson 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think to that then, Billy? Didn't see that happening, did we?
No, well, like I say, he's not cued that right at all, really. You know, he sort of jabbed at it. And oh, this is a great chance now for Dean to wrap up the frame and match.
Oh, the pressure's building. The pressure's building. This is unbelievable. Okay, another chance. I mean, it's going to be tough, but it's possible, Billy.
Yeah, one good pot here on the blue. He'd be on the blue after this. You know, if he's got the angle on the green, could he just stun it across that red below the brown?
Oh, he hasn't looked at it, Billy. Oh, is it that thick?
Joe Johnson 1.
No, I thought the green was a shot there.
Yep, you're
Still
right. If he had the angle. That's just wobbled in.
1.
So the pink to go 33 up with 35 on the table.
Oh, he's played that nice.
7.
So he really should be taking his time here. Put everything into this one shot for the match.
Yeah, one good pot here, and it's be in the semi-finals. I don't want to be leaving these ones out.
Oh dear. Right, let's see. Needs to stay on the black or the pink here, so he has rolled it.
He's a certainty at them pots.
It's ridiculous. So.
Tell you what.
He's hit that well.
Yeah, this could get interesting all of a sudden.
7.
He's got enough time.
He's got don't rush, Joe.
9.
So.
This is another tough shot.
You screw in behind the brown. Oh. It's another good long pot though.
Wow. Out of all the people you don't want to be playing this brown at the minute, it's Joe Johnson.
He's walking. He's walking.
16.
It's unbelievable.
Right, well. Watch that middle pocket, Joe. Don't screw in off, whatever you do.
Joe Johnson 16.
I thought he was going to clear them there for a minute. I think
dear
he
me.
could have just... He didn't need to play that side. He could have just stunned across the table, left himself a mid-range pink. You know how good his potting has been.
Oh, that's it.
Dean Sycamore.
Okay, folks, well, that's the third quarter-final done, and that is Dean Sycamore going through into the semi-final. We'll get him up straight after this break, folks.
Well, we've just seen Dean Sycamore repel a late chance for Joe Johnson. The late challenge, it was there. It was very exciting for us anyway. How was it for you?
It wasn't exciting, no. No, it's good. I enjoyed it. I felt really good at the start, but towards the end I started twitching.
That's the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did think he was going to come and nab you like he did in the yesterday.
I was so pleased when he, not for him, but he missed the blue and left over the pocket, which obviously made it a bit easier for me. So,
no point in pretending you're not pleased. There's never pleased when the other guy misses.
I take a win, I don't matter how I get.
Yeah.
It's good.
Were you amazed at just how good he is, even at those long pots that he was knocking in?
But I've watched him play this week, and he's still knocking them in, but I sort of chipped away, really.
Mind you put a tremendous long red into the right corner early in the frame as well when he put you down the other end.
Did I? I
drilled it in. Yeah, he's very modest, isn't he? Not met Dean before, but he's very modest.
He's too cool for school. I don't know how cool he really is.
No.
It's a nerve-wracking experience, isn't it? But
it's just good to be still in it.
Yeah,
so,
but you are gaining a lot of confidence. You seem more comfortable out there, certainly.
Yeah, just getting used to conditions and the table and things like that. It takes a while, but
it
helps when you get a few frames on your belt.
Oh, you want us to be in the grand final?
Well, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, be lovely. Listen, keep going. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And Dean will play the winner of our next match. Matt Ford is favoured against Levi Meiller from Canada. So all to play for the final spot in tonight's semi-final. Let's cross over to Lee in the commentary box as we get the players ready.
Thank you, Rachel. And, well, I haven't called a match right yet tonight, so... I don't know who I fancy here. I said Matt Ford at the beginning, so obviously Levi is going to win.
Matt Ford to break.
Well, I thought Joe was going to do some sort of monster clearance like he did the first. Oh, I don't know what to say. It's whatever you do, don't hit the blue.
No, Joe was the one I thought was winning that game, but I thought Dean did really well, Dean Sycamore, to win that one. So he's sort of come along on everyone's blind side a bit now, and he looks like he's playing well. And anyway, this is the match, isn't it, that Levi Meiller has been waiting for 2 days. We've seen almost every movement of his since then in and around Reading, basically, on social media. And he's up for it. And it's good to know that he's got some support. I think his partner is Anita, isn't it? And
yeah,
she's watching. It's great to see. It's a good story, this, and obviously Matt Ford had his moment last night. But it's safe to say, Levi beat him on Monday, so he's looking to repeat the act here.
Yeah, and Levi started with a good long red there. Nice little safety shots. Ford forced a mistake from Matt.
I tell you what, he plays a good safety game, Levi. He knows his limitations. If he doesn't fancy one, his opponent is normally welded to the vault cushion.
Yeah, he's getting splinters in his finger.
Yeah. The game's never changed, Lee, has it? You pot what you think you can pot. When you don't think you can pot one, you play safe. That's snooker.
Yep.
Matt Ford, he was a different proposition yesterday. He looked nervous on that first day, but because yesterday he decided to play good snooker. Was the winner. But of course, do it all again, and this is a bit of a fluke. More than a bit. He didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, that does hurt. That does hurt your opponent when you're playing in a format like this. You know, you think you've played a good safety shot, somebody pulls out. You know, I mean, it was a possible plant if he'd have looked, but he apologised to him, so we know he didn't play it.
Not a nice next shot though, with the rest, I think. Missable.
No, but it's a long shot, so I fancy he's going to go for it.
Difficult when you've got to hit them with a bit more pace with the rest. And he missed it by an absolute mile.
Yeah, he's put some unwanted side on that cue ball there, and he's just pushed it.
I don't know if he's left anything though. And he's stopped in his tracks. I think the safety shot's all he can do.
Yep, so that's had a little bit of form at the beginning of this frame.
Played on the tour, Levi, 21 years ago. Not with any great success, but he did play a season. No, another fluke. It's getting ridiculous.
Unbelievable. But he's only going to make one from it.
Well, I suppose he is, although if he leaves it over the pocket, Levi takes advantage. Of course, Eddie Charlton, the Australian, always thought that you should nominate the pocket you played the ball into. He was sick of getting flukes made against him, and he wouldn't take them in good grace either. Language. I played him at the Crucible, the language, unbelievable.
You could see how angry he was because he's very red-faced as well, wouldn't he? If he was under a bit of pressure or if something cheesed him off, you could tell.
Well, as he had a bit of luck here, the two reds covered each other. Yeah, I think he deserves a bit of luck, but has he got it? Because the two flukes have gone against him, and that, if the two reds are not on, could have been worse. Doesn't know what to do, does he?
No. I thought if they would have gone, he would have played it already. So that's the shot.
Just on that nomination, snooker nominating your pocket, because Ronnie O'Sullivan wouldn't have made that 147 in 5 minutes 20 if you had to keep saying which pocket you're going to put the next ball in. It would took about 20 minutes. It's true, isn't it? Take all the fluency and flow out of the game. Now, where's this going? No, not from no flukes for Levi Meiller. He's a bit edgy tonight, isn't he? You know, Matt, he's almost gone back to what he was on the first night.
Well, the first night he wasn't even getting close to the long stuff, so at least that rattled.
This is Levi's chance now. It's come at last. He's quite a nice cueman, you know. I like the way he hits the ball. Looks like he's using one of the very old screw-up cues that the Canadians used to use. Not sure long range is as effective as some, but we're going to see it tested here.
Yeah, he's kind of hit the middle of the cue ball there, hasn't he? He needed a bit of topspin on that.
That's a nice shot, though, isn't it?
5.
Yeah, I think he doesn't. He's not an extravagant player, but he's very solid, and this is now a tough one as well.
Should be 2 cushions and play for the red in the middle. But he's overhit that, Neil. You know, he's played for that red he's closest to, but in the left-hand middle pocket.
See him have a little glance at the scores, but with nearly 9 minutes left, it's too early to be thinking that way. Ah, not this time.
Levi Meiller 12.
Anyway, he's just nosed in front with that little contribution. So a bit of pressure on Matt Ford again tonight.
There
Nice
he
pot.
is. There he is with his signature long pot.
Mind you, now he's under it again, isn't he? A little bit. Now that he's potted it, the black becomes an even bigger shot. Ah, nicely done.
Eight.
He's got to be quick if he's going to get the long stuff out. Has he got an extension?
There are no timeouts. The referee could have the clock stopped if there's good reason for it, but
He's done well there, Neil.
no, he nearly ran out of time, didn't he? The beeps are all over him, weren't they?
Nine.
You should have noticed that nothing went in the pack anyway, you know, before he even got to that. So Matt Ford takes the lead.
Playing safe here. Must remember to hit a cushion with the cue ball on this shot. Sure he will.
This is a shocker if it goes in off.
Well,
God, that was close.
he was a bit lucky there, wasn't he? Because he shouldn't be anywhere near that pocket.
So this could be the first tight match tonight, Neil. What do you think? Oh,
I think so.
Here?
I think it could be. I think Levi's got still something to offer in this match. I still think he, you know, if he gets another chance, we know see what a very solid performer he is.
Nice shot.
It was. I think I'd be trying to hit that red up the table here on the right by the blue if he could swerve out of it. Although this shot might work as well, just laying into the bunch. Must hit one. That's all right. Can't argue with that shot, really. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, has he left a red to the middle? Not sure.
I think he may have.
Oh, it's in the plant. Oh, goodness me. Combo. No. That's probably a sensible way of playing it. Unlucky not to get in behind the black. But he's leaving the table inviting if the chance comes.
I think he might have had a combo last night in
In the pub?
yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right. Well, we certainly found out what they were eating.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot from Matt. So he's got the blue near the middle pocket. I won't say over. It's a bit tricky from this camera position to see exactly how easy it is, but oh, I still fancied him for that.
Bit nervy. Now then, Levi Meiller with a chance. The opening red with the red, so if he can just get through this and get on the colour, then he, despite being behind, might still be favouring the frame. This is an important shot, though, to make it happen. Ah, that's beautiful. Now, he moves the cue ball around nicely with the economy of effort, and he's only 8 behind, but if he plays a good positional shot here, he could chip away for a couple of minutes and get the match in his favour. What's this like? This looks pretty much okay. In fact, very good. Big moments, aren't they? They're towards the sort of 2/3 of the way into the match.
It's kind of massive, isn't it? And even when the balls are spread like this, Neil, you know, when the players are in this position, it's still massive pressure because if they miss, they know they're leaving everything. And that was the shot, the blue that Matt Ford just missed, and that's gone wrong.
Oh dear.
That's gone wrong.
It has. If he could have kissed that away. Now, I think here, he's one in front. Play the sensible shot here, get that cue ball buried under the vault cushion and put the pressure on. There's not much wrong with that. That's okay what he's done there. In fact, that's very good. That's very good. There's a gap between the blue and the pink for the other red.
Oh, this is a great shot. He didn't have a lot. He didn't have a lot of room there, Neil, at all, and that's all he could see of it.
Levi might play the red by the pink spot. He's got to be careful on the way back. If he hits it thick, he's got to avoid the red to the right of the blue. Or he's hit it thin. He needs cue ball to slow down a bit lively here. Still not too bad.
Well, we know Matt's going to go for it because he's never turned a long red down, ever.
It's a good shot that, because the cueing was not easy. So it's advantage Matt Ford, I think.
23 points all.
Well, this is it's not a certainty, is it, this next red?
4.
No, that's the difference between the good players and the great players now. You know, the great players are much closer
5.
to their next pot.
Is this close to enough, do you think, into the yellow pocket, this blue, or not? There is an area somewhere there where you've got to be a little bit, well, he's queuing down on it to avoid it, which makes the pot a bit more difficult.
Of course, this makes the pot difficult. Oh, he's played that so well.
I think the enough was on, you know, but that's why he played it in the way he did.
10.
You sort of feel a bit more comfortable when he's mid-range rather than this blue off the spot.
Do you know, that was quite a good shot, wasn't it, there? I think that might just be the one that wins it, because he's on the blue nicely, he's got a red, he's got another colour.
I played a pink.
Okay, well, either way, he's in the driver's seat now, isn't he?
17.
Levi's got to hope that he misses.
Yeah, he's running the clock down here fractionally. Just got to make sure of this red. What did I say? What did I say, Neil?
Wow, he's stinging the tail. 16. If he can get 2 red blacks, they're all square. Now this is big. If he can just get on the back, I'm not sure he can from the shot, quite honestly. Don't want the cue ball running around the table too far here. I don't know. I'm not sure how he can make this happen, to be honest. It's a good effort, but I don't know how he's going to get on the red.
Is it chippable?
Some chippage is required here, isn't it?
Needs Joe Johnson's eyes out.
Any pocket will do.
Levi Meiller 7.
Bit of desperation in it, but you've got to do it sometimes, haven't you?
Well, it was his only chance now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 1.
Well, that's that. So Matt Ford gets his revenge over Levi Meiller from the other night. He's looking quite dangerous, Matt Ford, and he's through to the semi-finals to play Dean Sycamore later on.
From 8 to 4, we've got our semi-finalists for week 3. Gary Filtness and Andrew Higgins will be the first semi-final. Dean Sycamore will play Matt Ford, who has just beaten Levi Meiller from Canada. Congratulations, Matt. That was kind of quite edgy stuff, to be fair, watching it. What was it like to play?
It felt edgy. We both had chances. You know, luckily for me, I think I made a 14 or 16, something like that, but just got my nose in front, and I was just clung on in the end. But
Yeah, you ratted a couple of long ones at the beginning, and I thought, oh, he's not gone back to the first day. Then all of a sudden, the long ones started going in, and then you look real comfortable when the long ones are going in. And then I said in the commentary, I said, oh, just needs to make sure this red in the middle. And then, oh, it just overcut it. And then they give the other person a little foot in the door.
I used up my time there, and I may have just put myself up a little bit, but I thought it was in. I thought I potted it.
Yeah.
I was almost walking on the shot.
But I said he's using up a little. You know, sometimes it's worth just taking those extra couple of seconds. Because look, if there would have been more time, he doesn't have to go for the crazy red.
Yeah.
You know, so it's.
I think I had that safety buff with that red behind the black.
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, if he's going to get on that red, if he's going to get on that red, he's going to have to put up, get really good in it.
It was a big moment for him, a big moment for you as well, and you could really see it, you could feel it out there. And now, of course, a place in the grand final up for grabs. You're going to be playing Dean Sycamore next.
Yeah, I played him last night in the semi-final of the Nightly last night. And we had a good game. It was close. And
Feeling confident?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a good game because
I think Dean played
all right there. Dean played all right there as well.
Yeah, he did play well. Yeah.
You know, well, like I said, Wednesday night everyone plays better.
Yeah.
We love Wednesday nights. We love it. We absolutely love finals night, and we cannot wait to see Matt and Dean, of course, in that second semi-final. Congratulations and good luck. And what about our pundits? What have they got still going into the final four, the semi-finals, of course, tonight for week 3? Neil Foles, he's going to be getting the bragging rights. Andrew Higginson and Gary Filtness, of course. We are going to lose one of them. Gary Filtness is 13-8 to beat Andrew Higginson is 4-9. So Foles is in a good spot. As for the shirt, Lee gone. Patrick Wallace out. Andy Lavin, sadly, we lost last night. So
I think it's the shirts. The shirts are bocking me. I'm going to have to start dressing like Neil.
Well, I want to know, is that look of 2 big, bold lines through the players' names, it's not a great look, is it, for Lee?
Is that what I'm going to have next week? Just have lines on this shirt.
Lines, yeah.
absolutely shameful, isn't it? Listen, you were banging on about Andrew Norman tipping him for week 1. I told you, don't get too carried away.
The wheels fell off.
Come off, don't they? But obviously, Gary Filtness and Andrew Higginson, it's a massive match. I mean, looking into the odds, Andrew Higginson 4-9. You're going to lose one of your players here. Do you think Andrew will be able to kick on?
I think Andrew Higginson is the most likely winner. Also, his name begins with A, as the same as the first 2 winners. Everything points to one thing. Andrew Higginson's the man.
Maybe fix these things.
I will say there usually is more method in this madness, but I'm not sure anymore. All I know is that we're ready for more snooker. The first semi-final, week 3. Then let's bring out the players and let's get to the match room. Billy Castle to start with in the commentary box.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. And what a semi-final we have here, folks. Andrew Higginson versus Gary Filtness. They both played extremely well in their first games tonight, and this game was a toss of a coin for me. I slightly have to give the edge to Andrew Higginson, just on experience, but I'm sure Gary will have something to say about that. Welcome back, Neil.
Going to be interesting. Thanks, Billy. Yeah, and I think if you look at the 4 players left in it, and any bookmaker, and they're all betting on this. Check the bookmakers for prices, but they're all going to have Higginson, the most likely winner tonight, to appear in the finals group. But it doesn't mean it'll happen.
No, this is going to be quite impressed with Gary in the first game, but.
Oh dear, hit the bump.
Yeah, that's not a great shot.
No, he may not have left anything actually, but he did hit the bump there, slowed the key ball down.
Yeah, I think he just...
I like that, 147 remaining it says on that caption. Very optimistic that it's going to be one, but it's a fact though. Anyway, Higginson, just for the safety shot required here. Life away from the snooker tour is something he's experiencing. He's played in a few of the events this season, but he was saying the other night that now that was early season, now that we're into the season, there's going to be less withdrawals, which would allow him in as a top-up. Maybe the shootout he'll get in, maybe yourself also, Billy, but sort of events like this are going to be the way forward for Andrew and yourself and players like that, well, until they can get back on the tour.
Yeah, absolutely, Neil. I mean, these events for us are absolutely massive. You know, as at the minute, top-ups are going to be very tough to get in. You know, this time of year now, because there's so many. There's not a lot of events left really in the calendar, and I'm sure the pros will want to fill them all up.
Well, there's a couple of points to that, actually. I know that as we saw that good red going and seeing us through. I mean, there's more than 128 pros. I think it's about 131. And now the other factor is that players have been awarded this 20,000 guarantee. So there's going to be less players unwilling to enter. I think you've got to enter all the matches. So the top-ups probably not going to get such a good run, are they? Or so many of them.
No, certainly. Certainly not. I mean,
that was one that could prove costly here.
yeah, well, this is a chance Gary would have wanted early. You know, Andrew's not done too much damage from that brilliant opener already. He's just potted. You know, Gary played a good opener frame there against an experienced Patrick Wallace. Safety was good. He got in and scored a few, so he's certainly up for this tonight.
I'm not sure what he played on there, but I don't think he's on one. He's got to play safe.
Yeah, I think he's played the red to the middle there. Now he just didn't get into the cue ball enough.
At least he's finished it off with a good safety shot. I mean, that's, they always say, is gold of all this game. If you're disappointed about a shot's going wrong, you've got to at least end up by finishing the job with a good shot to leave the table with, and that's what he did.
Yeah, he's not played a silly shot there. He's just
got the snooker, and that's not bad either.
Yeah, I thought I'm not sure if he's left this red there to the right corner.
Not easy, was it?
No, that was a tough pot there. That could be a chance for Andrew here. You know, for me, I know it's a one-frame shooter, but if Andrew does get through this, you know, he's going to be every favourite for the final. It's going to take a lot to beat him, I think, tonight in the final. And as you said, Neil, you pointed out, the first two winners have started with the names A. You know, Andrew Norman won the first week, Aaron Canavan last week, and could the theme be in week 3 with another Andrew?
Certainly could, but that's all. He hasn't won it yet. But even then, if you remember last night in the final, Matt Ford, Andrew Higginson, who won? Matt Ford. He's still in. So if you can do that again, because I thought Higginson would win that match, but Matt got in first, got it won. Anyway, jumping the gun at the moment. Filtness is not out yet. This shot is going to tell us a bit more if he tries to go into them, and he has done, and he's not finished perfectly by any means.
No, he just slid off them a little bit too much. He didn't hit the pack full enough there.
I think his cue ball was heading away from all the action there deliberately.
Yeah, he's just played like a little shot to nothing now. He's played at a right pace, so he doesn't need the red in the jaws of the pockets. It's interesting to see if Gary takes this one on.
Cue ball's okay, moving away from the reds, but don't know whether Andrew will fancy the top red here of the bunch. Now he's playing maybe shot to nothing on one of the lower reds, a thin one.
Yeah, he couldn't have done too much damage there. I mean, he's played a nice shot there.
It's not a big lead, 12 points, and 8 minutes is an awful lot of snooker to come here. And that was played with a little bit of left-hand check side to stop going into that red on the left side. That was a good shot.
Yeah, it was a very good shot. He's unlucky to catch a middle bump there, so Andrew's got a simple safety shot here that he should get Gary in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, well, we thought it was going to, it's going to be a tight one between these two. I think Gary liked his tactical sides of the game to it with Andrew. He fancies his chances in the safety battle, I think.
Get the cue ball here behind, somewhere in behind green and brown, be the target area on this safety shot. And he's done it. That's a good shot. That's a good defensive shot.
Yeah, that was a good shot now. A tap on the table from Gary as well.
Put him in the spot of bother here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he'd just try and, play the pot but leave the white ball down in the jaws of the right pocket here. I think he's left a red here by the black spot, which he could pot on, his natural angle. He could stay on the pink, or he's got the ball colours after it.
Overcut it. Again, I think he played that with a bit of check, just to stop the cue ball coming across into the 6 reds. I mean, he can play in behind the yellow as long as something hits the cushion.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave Andrew a route to the long pot in the right corner, because he'd be taking it on.
It's not a bad shot to cover the right-hand red, actually, if that's what he's done.
Yeah, that's what he's played there. He's worried Andrew would take that on, I think. Yeah, he's played a nice shot. He's hit this shot too thin now.
Yeah. He may have to take an attacking option here. The straightish red to the right corner. Red will go past the black.
Yeah, I think I'll be playing the lower red, to be honest. That's a great pot.
I suppose playing that red, if you do get it, then you're definitely on the black. The other one, maybe not, but he's given himself a chance.
Yeah, that's what Gary would have wanted. He'd have wanted his chance, and he's worked hard for it, like I said, in the safety department, so here's his chance.
Very clean, that was. And now, if he can just take what's in the middle of the table here, he'll be a few in front and there won't be a lot of time left, so fill this with a chance. It's not a good shot, Billy, is it, that one?
No, that wasn't a good shot then. Yeah, if he's playing on that red anyway, I didn't.
Anywhere in the middle of the table would have been better.
Yeah, he's not played that great.
There you are. It's a very thin one, wasn't it?
17.
Finished in between again.
Yeah, he was. I'm not sure he knew where the cue ball was going there, so he was hoping on to land on something. He's got a shot on the pink here, which he's taken on. So he's just got to put all his concentration in the pot.
Well, that's not bad at all. What a result that is. After he's on the bottom red, there is one of them surely will go.
23.
Although now he's looking elsewhere, so for a second I thought something must go the left corner. I don't know if it does.
No, on our screens here, it looks like the bottom red goes, but it doesn't.
Yep.
And Hilton is 23.
There's not a lot on this one. Andrew's taking this one on.
Difficult, isn't it? This is some cueing shot. And you feel like you've got to go for them, I think, even if you're a few behind. Still 2.5 minutes left. You feel like you have to take a chance with them, because sometimes you miss it and you leave another chance and things go from bad to worse.
Yeah, and now I say he's not got much time left anyway, so he is chasing it a little bit, like we say. Oh.
Well, that's not a good shot, is it?
No, that's not a good shot.
I think he can pop the red above the black here. He's not really... I don't know what he's thinking. Surely he cuts that in. He's got to make up 12 points. That's the deficit. Oh, that's a good pot. Now, if he moves the other red out, that might even be better. The colour's not easy, though, Billy.
No, this takes good QN on this colour here. No, he's playing down for the bottom red, so he wants to leave the white on the bottom cushion there.
Oh dear. Is that it? Or, I mean, there could still be another chance because he's only 11 behind, but I can't see Gary rushing into any shots now.
No, he's going to use his clock down 20 seconds. Still maybe be a twitch. No, Andrew is a quick player, but one good pot here for Gary, and it's... Oh, Gary.
Wow. Gary. Now then, what does he do here? If he gets on a colour, there's enough time to make up 11 points. 4 pots he needs. What's the colour going to be? Oh, that's a good nudge.
That's a nice nudge.
And he can pop this and he can get down onto the reds in bulk, perhaps. Any colour brings him right into the equation. Wow, this is getting very interesting. 40 seconds. I think all of a sudden there's a new favourite in the frame, Billy.
Yeah, definitely, like I say, red-blue here puts Andrew in front. Gary will be kicking himself.
7.
In front by 1 point. What a turnaround.
Oh, he's got the game won here now. He's put this. He's won it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Well, there it is. That was a thriller, wasn't it? In the end, Andrew Higginson got there in the nick of time. Gary Filtness looks absolutely devastated at that loss. But it's Andrew Higginson. He's in the final.
Welcome back to the Snooker Legends 900. So good to have your company. I know it's getting a little bit late, but you've got to stay tuned. We've got so much more excitement to come. And what a thrilling semi-final that was, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure quite, Andrew Higginson how he won, because he looked like a beaten man, actually. I thought he'd missed his chance, and then Gary missed a pot, and the crucial one left it over the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, they both had a few chances there, though. Not that it was bad snooker. It was just, you expect him to make more. All of a sudden, you think Gary's had a lovely kiss amongst the balls. All of a sudden, there's 3 balls in a row, and then none of them go. So he's just had to play a safety shot.
But then he missed that other red, and that was it. And you felt as soon as he missed it, he had a little bit of a demoralised look in his eye, you know. And then Andrew potted the red, got the nice nudge on the blue, and then got over the line.
Because it wasn't easy to control that white ball out of there, so you don't know exactly where it's gonna land. But he's had a beautiful kiss on the blue. You know, still a nice pot on the blue with the rest, and then we sort of knew that he's coming down for that blue to lead by one.
To one point.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? And it was just a little bit twitchy in the end, but two quality players. Gary Fitlis, no doubt, well, we could see from the pictures just how gutted he was.
He was very upset. I mean, you know, listen, these are the events that he loves playing in. You know, but
you know, he was crying in his interview. He's crying now, all right.
Yeah.
Sympathetic.
That's all right. Listen, I've got to play the seniors tour with him for the next God knows how many years. So.
It's great to see him play, though. But obviously, commiserations to Gary Fitlis' Andrew Higginson, who will go through, and it's a big moment for Matt Ford, who's 13-8 on favourite for the next semi-final. Dean Sycamore 6-5. Which way will we be playing this?
Well, I think it's closer than that, isn't it? The way Dean Sycamore's played, because Matt Ford just sort of scraped over the line there.
But if you think about Matt Ford, must be thinking last night I had to play Dean Sycamore to play Andrew Higginson in the semi-final and final. Deja vu. He beat them both last night. Why can't he do it again?
Well, he can. This is a format where you can.
Right, so one place left in the final. We're enjoying our cocoa time.
It is very pleasant. I think Joe's getting better at it every night. He's had enough practice.
And, of course, as I said, it is getting on late, but it's really lovely that you're with us for week 3. It's finals night, and I don't know, we're going to have a lot more excitement still to come. And our next semi-final, the players are ready. So who will be joining Andrew Higginson in tonight's final? Matt Ford is odds on to do so, 8-13, and Dean Sycamore 6-5. Let's get to Billy Castle in the commentary box. The players are ready. Enjoy the action.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. This is a rematch of last night's semi-final between Dean Sycamore and Matt Ford. And I am delighted to be joined by the one and only The Shirt.
How are we doing, Billy? What's happened? What's happened?
We've had it all tonight, Lee, so far. It's been an absolute brilliant finals night.
Oh. Has that not gone in?
He's got second best though.
Oh, isn't it nice when that happens, Billy? You feel hard done by that the red hasn't dropped, and then all of a sudden it just trickles in behind the brown.
That last frame was incredible.
Yeah, I didn't know which way it was going to fall there at the end, Billy. I was screaming outside.
Yeah. I think Gary played slightly better there than Andrew, and been unfortunate at the end there. You know, I know he went for the red and was positive. He maybe could have just pushed the red all around the angles.
Yeah, maybe. He was a little bit unlucky early when we went into the reds in the middle of the table, and there were 3 lined up that we thought all went into that left-hand black pocket. Not one of them goes. Meanwhile, it's a nice little start for Matt Ford.
Yeah, he's looking better and better now, Matt Ford. I mean, after his first night of getting used to it all, we a little bit nervous, but now he's settled in lovely, and you know, we all know what a good player Matt Ford is.
Yeah, extremely good potter.
16.
You know, and if he was to beat Dean here, he's going to be second favourite in the final, and he can really let his arm go. No pressure on him there in the final, playing Andrew Higginson.
No, and the thing is, he's already got a win over him. Whether you look at that or not, you know, a win over a player is a win. You know, that's going to be in the back of Andrew's head. Although he's missing an unexpected black there off the spot.
Yeah.
17.
Can't do that at any level, Billy.
He's got to be playing the black here, and he off the side cushion. He's got the red there waiting for him.
Little bit of 5 o'clock, right hand side, bit of screw. Oh dear. Oh I'll be playing the black with you, Billy.
He's made this tough. I'm not sure if there's a red below at the bottom of the pack that goes as a shot to nothing. I don't think it does.
So first tester.
Sycamore 6.
Not an easy shot, Billy.
No, that wasn't an easy shot. The white was close to the cushion. No, he was trying to force the white back there. So not an easy shot at all. You know, I spoke to Dean yesterday for quite a bit, and as he said, he's just plays in the local leagues now. He plays on the seniors tour and he enjoys it. But you know, as he even said, it'd be a bit of a shock if he did win it this week.
Well, yeah, definitely. But you know, he's not not a prolific winner on the seniors tour, but he's a lovely bloke, and you know, he does come to all the events, and it was good to see him get an invite to this.
Yeah, like I said, he deserved his invite. He was supporting the World Seniors at the very start. You know, I remember him at Newbury and watching him a lot. He deserves his place in it.
So a bit of cat and mouse going on now, a few safety shots. Has he got a shot of this in the middle, Billy?
Yeah, I think he's going for it. It's a great putt.
Struck nicely.
He's much more assured about himself now, and he's punching them shots in, which is not easy to the middles.
Yeah, Monday night, I've never seen anybody as nervous.
Yeah, I remember him walking in. I was just at the sofa, and he was, you know, he
deep breathing.
He was deep breathing. He was fidgeting, and you know.
But it's big for these, you know. It's big for these players. Not been a professional, you know, not really played any big matches. It's you know, you're playing here. You know, he's won £500 last night, and now he's on for, you know, could win another 1,500 tonight. All of a sudden, there's £2 in a week. Then he's in the grand final. It's 10 grand a winner. You know, this is amateur snooker.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy, isn't it? I think amateur snooker, you know, if Matt did win this game, he guarantees himself, I think it's 5 or 550. So he's on a grand already.
You know, for a few minutes.
Just for a few minutes for winning, what's he won, 4 frames in a row, 5 frames in a row? Incredible.
Oh, that's a lovely shot.
He's really found his groove now in this tournament.
You know they sound lovely when they hit the back of the pocket like that, Billy. You know you found the middle of it.
You know, and just watching him walk around the table now, he feels at home. He's walking around with spring in his step. He's you know, at the minute he'd be feeling like he can pot everything.
Is that a plant at the bottom of the pack? Oh, I think it's nice to see those, isn't it?
Yeah.
14.
So now he's got 2 reds to play for now at the bottom of the pack.
I'm not sure if that's another plant, but look at the bottom of the pack again, Lee.
So make sure of the colour. Well, that's obvious. There's another plant there.
Yeah. You know, everything's going in the art of the pocket at the minute.
17.
Unless he's just played for this long red. I can't believe that, if that's the case. Oh, my word.
Yeah, he could have just rolled the black in there and left us.
I don't know why
he's coming around to look at that plant now. I'm not sure if he's seen it.
Well, maybe it isn't a plant, but if you're going to play the green, why aren't you playing the brown and screwing down for the 2 reds on the bottom of the pack?
That's a nice safety shot.
Yeah, that's a good safety shot. So he's 28 behind Dean. So, you know, the Reds are looking pretty if you can get in.
You know, over the years watching the seniors at Newbury and watching at Reading, what I have noticed is, you know, these older boys as such, they have got a hell of a safety game, Lee.
Yeah.
You know, some of the games I'm watching, their safety battles is absolutely brilliant. Tactical side of it.
Yeah. Well, we know they can all make 100, Billy.
Yeah.
So it's not about clearing up every time, is it?
The frames rated most is, say, the ones you lose on the sort of colours, the ones that your opponent just nicks off you. They're the frames that make the difference in matches.
Yeah. All about getting out of those snookers and not leaving your opponent anything.
He's on the pink here, is he?
1.
Yeah.
You know, he could play green, got his own on the table, but he looks a confident player with the rest. Yeah, I felt as though he could play the green here. You know, mid-range pot at the minute, he's been lethal at it. So, Dean's got a chance. I mean, as I've said to everyone, yeah, as long as you have your chance in the frame, then you can't complain.
No, and this is a chance. Always difficult to get good position off a ball over the pocket, but he's overhit that, and he's got 5 reds to play on that line. The last thing you want to do is overhit that shot.
Yeah, like I say, you could have underdone that massively, and he still had a red in the right corner. But
what a shot that is! Oh, he's not.
8.
He's not on anything, but he's not going to play the blue, is he?
Well, he's looking at it.
Green ball. Sycamore 8.
Oh, he had a good chance there, Lee.
Yeah. Made a bit of a mistake in that.
Matt, don't want to catch these reds too thick.
Right, that's tied one up.
Yep, he's got the green tied up with it.
Well, that's worked in his favour, putting the black over the pocket. But he's put another red safe, and really he needs to get back in this frame. He's 21 behind. He needs those 3 reds with high value colours.
Yeah.
He's kind of given Matt Ford a free chance at this.
He's just played the safety there. He's not played the pot, I don't think.
No.
He's got a chance. He's got a red, you know, can into the red and green to bring them out in the open. Yeah, take that, I think. Going to get another chance, Lee.
Yeah, I thought that was a crazy shot to play, didn't you?
Well, he's got, you know, sorry for that, but he's got a red, you know, got a red pink.
You know, he needs 3 reds and colours to go into the lead.
Oh, he's not. Yeah.
You know, why take that unnecessary risk? Oh dear, that's
You know,
wrong.
for me, he didn't look at the black there.
7.
He could have just rolled the black in on off the cushion. He's got a red waiting for him.
Yep, and then the black's next to the red.
Black stands as red. He could have, you know, he got a red and bulk to stun back down for the pink or green there.
100% Billy, you have nailed it there.
Oh, he's still in this though.
7.
Yeah, what does Matt do here? Does he play the red in bulk? Yep. Doesn't really want to move that red on the side rail.
Gotta be careful, that double kiss there. He had to be careful.
It's always on.
It's one good pot here for Dean, and he could be in control of the frame. Oh. Yeah, that was a big red there for Dean. He's getting a bit nervy out there.
It is, because he's looked like he's played a good safety there, Billy, but I think he's tried to cut that in the middle.
Yeah, he could get him in a bit of trouble if he stuns the white where the red is. Yeah, he didn't get it. He needs the white tight on that side cushion there.
Sure about Dean Sycamore's last shot, Billy. I would have been trying to bring a red out from off that cushion, because he's going to need a couple still. So,
yeah,
you know, he's got 2 reds out now though, so you know, Matt's got to mind his business here.
Yeah, the way they're situated, you know, he only needs. He's 14 behind, so if he took a black and pink.
Yeah, that's 15, mate. See how quick my maths is. So he needs to chip this in and get on the black.
Oh, you got to hurry up, he's got the green. He's got to hurry up, what's he doing there?
Oh, I can't believe this.
Oh my god.
What a shot. I tell you what, red and pink ties the game. Oh, what's he played there? You just play the pink in the right middle.
He's got a big pocket there with the green there as well.
This has got to go in.
Come on. He's got it.
It's there. Oh my.
Wow, Lee.
This is it, the first tied game.
This is unbelievable.
We're in a deadlock. Folks, we're in a deadlock. That means it's a blue ball shootout. I cannot catch my breath. I didn't think I'd see it this series.
This is had it all tonight, folks. Absolutely, it's had it all, Lee.
I'm sweating, my hands are sweating. I could barely hold the mic.
For me, you know, this is Matt Ford's bread and butter, but there's some pressure on this.
There is some pressure.
Choose whether or not to go first or not. I'll let Matt go first.
Well, for me, the way Dean's got to look at it.
Dean's put him in first.
That's pressure, because
for me, because now if he pots one, you have to pot one.
He is so good at these shots.
Oh!
It's just...
One up, one up.
It is his bread and butter.
Don't put your opponent in first, do you?
No. No, for me, Dean's sort of out of the tournament. He's done unbelievable to get back in it. He should have just...
And he's just been at the table as well. Just potted a brilliant pink, give himself a bit of confidence. What? Oh, I can't believe the way he's played it.
You've got to play it positive and stun it, but that may be the way he plays shots.
Well, there you go, folks. That was the second semi-final, and it goes to Matt Ford in a deadlock situation, a blue pool shootout. We'll see you straight after the break, folks.
Welcome back. So good to have you with us still tonight. The final of week 3 is on the way, and it's Andrew Higginson against Matt Ford, our first deadlock of the series. That was exciting.
You're telling me I couldn't. The microphone kept slipping down in my hand, Neil. I don't know what it's like.
Well, Dean Sycamore did so well to get to the point where they were level. And then I didn't like the way he played the ball shootout.
Or even
dribble it in.
or even putting your opponent in. So as soon as they pop the first one, you're bang under it to pop. And so and he had the choice. So
and also that he had momentum.
Yeah.
I was surprised actually to see Matt being put in.
Yeah, because he just potted an unbelievable pink in the middle. Don't know how he was playing it in that middle, because a normal person would have just run the cue ball off of 2 cushions for the pink in the other one. But talk about drama.
And Dean's got unpredictable shot selection. I think we saw it there. But, yeah, I mean, Matt's probably one of the players with his long game. If it gets down the blue or finish, he's probably got as much chance as anyone because he knocks those in.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought we might have to wait a few more weeks to get a deadlock, but we've had it.
I didn't even think we'd see it.
Amazing. Well, it's all down to one shot, and that's where it's great fun, isn't it?
Well, in your little demo at the top of the show, they've learned just how to play that blue.
Exactly.
Right then, let's take a look back then on tonight and how we've got down from 8 to 2. Andrew Higginson is the favourite for the final. More on that in a tick. 4 to 9. Matt Ford 13 to 8. And well, Matt Ford, he'll be absolutely delighted, clinching that one to beat Dean Sycamore. He's also the winner over Levi Meiller earlier tonight. And you can see the top half of the draw. Well, some very, very tough opponents there for Andrew Higginson. Got the better of Raymond Fry, who came into tonight undefeated. He also beat Gary Filton. It's another close match. And then he will be hoping to get the better of Matt Ford.
Well, like I said earlier, Matt Ford on the path to winning last night's group. He beat Dean Sycamore and he beat Andrew Higginson in the final. But, whether he can do that again remains to be seen, because the class player in the group is Andrew Higginson. Yeah,
but it's a nice way he's finished, though. And good, strong blue, and his potting was getting better. He missed a couple at the beginning of the evening, didn't he? And then all of a sudden he gets his range. They start hitting the back of the pockets, and there's no better feeling than knocking that blue in to win the last match. So we'll be confident now.
13 to 8, is that about right? Do you think there'll be people at home thinking, wow, that's a good price. He's after potting that blue. He's got to the final.
I think they're both worth a bet. Really?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, look, the last night was 2-1 on Andrew Higginson. People got lumpy on that one and done their money, but they could possibly get it back tonight. There's 2 ways of looking at it.
There is, and there's only one way to look now, and that is to the draw, because we've got a week 4 coming up.
Go.
Haven't done week 3. We're already looking forward to week 4.
You're holding it tonight?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll hold them.
They're
I think you held it last
sort out who's going to hold the bag and sort it out. Just to let you know, from Monday to Wednesday from 10 o'clock, and we have got 12 new players. The 8 that we have got in the bag to start with is...
Number 1.
Number 1 is Alfie Lee, a real talented young player. Stephen Lee's son will be first up.
Number 4.
Next week, and Alfie will play Wayne Townsend. Trigger. Okay. You guys know Wayne very well.
Yeah. That's a great match to start off with. Can't catch me. It can't get any better, can it?
Well,
right. Number 7.
Number 7 is Mark Gray, former professional, still talented.
Number 8.
Will play Northern Ireland's Declan Lavery.
Oh, interesting.
And next up...
Right, I'm sorry, get it quicker. Number 3.
Number 3, we've got such a great international field. Number 3 is Vito Popolo, Canadian amateur champion, the current champion.
Against number 5.
And Vito will play Aidan Owens, great potter, fast player.
Very good potter. Number 2.
Number 2 is Ryan Davies, a 20-year-old, and has won matches in the shootout.
Which leaves number 6.
And that is Darminda Lilly, former IBSF World Amateur Champion. So some tasty matches to look forward to. And just to let you know as well that we have, of course, 4 players joining on Tuesday as well. And they'll be Darren Morgan, Jasmine Bolsover, Andrew Greaves and Hayden Pinney. So week 4 is looking strong.
It is looking strong, and those 2 players of those 4 stand out coming on Tuesday. Darren Morgan, of course, he's somebody who could go very well. That'll be interesting.
And actually, realistically, I mean, we've seen our legends really perform, but you would think that Darren Morgan would have a proper good chance of winning this. He was a former top 8 player, Irish Masters champion. I think he's the senior European champion at the minute.
Out of all the legends, he's the one that's got his cue in the hand.
That's right.
And he doesn't let it go. I mean, he'll be tough, real tough to beat.
But he'll only have one chance. He comes in on Tuesday.
Yeah, one chance is made.
We don't know who we'll be playing or anything, because that'll be part of the draw as well.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all live draws every night, apart from obviously the first matches for the first night of each week. OK, let's just confirm week 4 then, the draw. Maybe some of these players are tuning in, watching tonight to find out who they will be playing next week. Well, it's Alfie Lee and Wayne Townsend, Mark Gray playing Declan Lavery, Vita Popolo against Aidan Owens, and Ryan Davies against Darminda Lilly. Any names on there that you don't know very well, Lee?
Well, Vito. But you know, but again, he's current Canadian champion. So yeah, he's about the only one I really don't know. But hasn't we pulled out every first match every week so far? Has been a toughie.
Yeah, really.
Every first one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's some great games there. I mean, you know, Mark Gray once beat Jimmy White in a ranking event live on Sky TV many years ago. He's a pool player now, but so he can play snooker. He's a pool player, but he can play snooker.
I like the young talent that's coming into week 4. You've got Alfie Lee, Ryan Davies, and also Hayden Pinney, who we'll see on the Tuesday. And Ryan Davies and also Hayden, they're both winners of shootout matches, so they have got that vital exposure and experience on television.
Hayden Pinney actually earlier in the season beat Matt Selt in a qualifier for one of the tour events, so you know he's a good player. He's a top up in that one.
And for speed and fresh eyes on the ball as well, you know, the youngsters got a good chance.
So we'll be having your pundits pick.
We will be.
We've got to give it now, haven't we?
You're putting us under a bit of pressure there, Rachel. I haven't done my homework yet.
Catching them off guard. I said we will be having.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So I'm just gonna
let me get over this week's failure first.
We're not even over the deadlock, are we? But we're ready for the final, and that is coming your way right after the break.
And welcome back, snooker fans. This is the final, week 3.
Yeah, and repeat what we saw last night, these two men in the Tuesday night final, which of course it means something, but not as much as whoever wins tonight. I mean, when you think how close the semi-finals were, one of them went to a blue ball shootout, the other one was won by a single point, Andrew Higginson. So it's tight.
You don't get any closer, Neil.
No.
And just imagine if you have had a bet on. What are you like if you're sitting at home and you've had a little quid or two?
Well, your whole life is flashing before you, aren't you? Watching those blue balls either go in or stay out. Hard to argue that these two haven't been the best players. I know Raymond Fry was good on the first day, but you know the fact that these two are in the second final 2 days running, you know, it shows you that they've adapted to the format pretty well.
Yep, nice weight of shot there, Andrew.
Bit of trouble here, you know, he's got to avoid that black if he's playing thin off the reds.
He could just play the black cushion into the back of the pack.
Well, this is hit this 100 miles an hour. Cue ball's going much too fast.
This is a shocker, Neil, because, you know, if you're in trouble like that, black cushion, just roll it into the back of the pack.
I know, and you knew that he was worried about hitting the black on the way back up, but like you say, he could have taken that out of the equation. How's he going to go into them? I don't think he is. There's enough reds out in open play where he doesn't need to. And here's a chance to chip away and get 30 or 40 and put yourself in a very strong position.
Yeah, it could be all over after this break. But we've been saying that many times before the last 3 weeks, and things can go wrong in a blink of an eye. Oh, he's nearly missed that.
And he just got that, yeah. He's a good, classy player, but as we were saying, you know, he probably, now he's off the tour, isn't putting in all the hours. He's trying to sort of condense it into more worthwhile practice, but maybe the outlook is going to be different, you know, these days to what it was.
Quality over quantity.
Well, there's a lot to be said for that when it comes to snooker practice. Now, the amount of players I know that have just churned out 8 hours a day, and they're not even enjoying it, and they're not really getting anywhere. So what's the point?
Very true.
14.
It's almost as if like clocking in and out for work. What's the point? You know, you've got to make it an enjoyable process, and I think Andrew is probably at that stage of his career where he's got to enjoy what he's doing, and he's clearly enjoying being here.
15.
Slightly trickier shot to get on a red now, Neil.
Well, that's not the worst. In the end, he's got a shot. A little lucky, not easy the red, but at least he's got a potting shot on here, queuing awkwardly, leaning over.
Black.
21.
Still plays well, doesn't he, Lee? You know, Andrew Higginson.
Yeah, very solid cue action, comes through the cue ball nicely. Got nice practice swing beforehand. Pulls it back a nice long way and then misses the black.
Misses.
You know.
Yeah.
Andrew Higginson, 21.
Not much more we can say, is there? I mean, listen, you've done the commentator's curse on him, but we've all been there. We've all been there.
The rest has let him down a couple of times tonight. I'm not a massive fan of the rest myself, so I know how tricky it can be, no matter how much you practice it. If you haven't got good technique on the rest, you can try and pot them all day long.
Well, it's just a different way of hitting the ball, isn't it? I mean, you're right. I mean, I was exactly the same. I was not a big fan with the rest. You play good shots occasionally with it, but it's just a different style of hitting the ball to what you're used to when you... Anyway, that was a good shot with the rest. That has put Matt Ford in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah. Just make sure you hit one. It's if you
Well, he's left a red awkwardly though. Ooh, seen a few in that pocket stay over the hole, haven't we? I mean, Gary Thornton's missed one, and he came up after. He looked absolutely demoralised when he came in, didn't he? You're like a broken man.
Listen, we've all been there as well, Neil. You know, it's. I mean, you can laugh about it now, and Gary.
Well, now that he's gone home, but he wouldn't be laughing if he was still here.
How do we know he's gone home? He could be downstairs waiting to talk to us about it after.
I'm gonna leave through
the toilet window.
Yeah. Now, listen, I feel his pain. All joking aside, you know, we've all been there, and this game can be. You can be elated, or you can be devastated. Really, at this game. It's got that knack of doing either emotion to you. Anyway, Matt Ford has now got himself in a position where he's in his own hands here. How many can he make? Got a bit far, I think, here on the blue.
Yeah, he obviously thought he could hold it a little bit straighter, but, you know, these are the shots he likes.
Hits those nicely, doesn't he?
Yeah, he comes through the cue ball really well when he gets to hit it hard, but... You know, you've got to make sure you're hitting the middle of the cue ball. Any unwanted side, it's not going to be your friend on this table, because the cloth is pretty skiddy.
Matt Ford, 9.
So. Just a safety shot. Yeah, and a good safety shot as well.
Yeah, I think he's cut off the left side completely there. tempter to the left middle. I don't think that Andrew Higginson will be able to resist going for this.
He's potted a couple like that the last couple of days, and he does hit that so well.
Played that well to get closer to the red.
Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. The better players get the cue ball closer to the next shot.
9.
Safe to say that, you know, should Andrew go on and win this frame of snooker against Matt Ford and get into the finals group, you know, whoever else gets through, he'll be near the top, I think, of players who can win. I think I'll make a statement here. We've seen a couple of players shorten, of course, Andrew Norman. We saw Aaron Canavan, but I think after tonight, if he wins, and he hasn't yet, I think he'll be the new tournament favourite.
Yeah, could be. Well, like you said, you know, he's only just off the tour. You know, Aaron's never been on the tour. Andrew Norman's been off of it a lot of years.
20.
So, yeah, quite rightly so. You know, there's still a lot of good players to come and play yet. We've still got, you know, another 3 weeks of qualifying. No, how many weeks have we got left? 5.
Well, there's another 5 weeks, and of course the big grand final is on the 23rd of November. So 5 more weeks is right.
Cocoa time's gone to my head.
Higginson playing some good snooker here. Just getting himself into a position of good strength here. And there's 41 in front. And he might be able to just nudge the 4 reds. Oh, this looks nice. Do any of them go or not? Does the red top one of the 3 go?
36.
I don't think it does. No, it doesn't.
No.
So if there's going to be a twist, it's going to have to be after this next shot, I think.
Andrew Higginson, 36.
But nice safety.
So enough in it and enough time, but the clearance is going to have to be made by Matt Ford.
And I think he's going for it, is he?
This is match ball, I think, with the colour. Well, maybe not on numbers alone, because he could still win. It depends what he does with this. Will he just make it awkward? Yeah, no one likes playing over the top of there.
No,
it's a nasty business, isn't it?
That's a nice little clever shot. Leave him hampered by the green.
Well, there you are. Anyone saying that, you know, wasn't sure how committed Andrew Higginson wants to win this, we've just seen it. The last shot was it, and this is going to be lights out, isn't it now? And he's won the final in the canter.
Yeah.
The class player has finally come good.
And you called it from the word go, Neil.
He was the favourite though, and you know I like a favourite, as you say, but there he was. About time I got one of them right. Goodness me.
I don't know. I don't think I got a match right today. But that's what this format can bring. 15 minutes of sweat and tears. Even after you've won, you can see a few tears in the old commentary box. This feels good now, doesn't it, Neil, when you can just put a few, no pressure on, you know you've won the week.
It's a lap of honour, isn't it? Well, there you have it. Handshakes all round. Matt Ford's done really well. He won last night, but in tonight's final, Andrew Higginson has avenged that defeat, and he'll be back on the 23rd of November. Andrew Higginson is the 3rd week winner, and we'll see him soon.
Well, the winner of week 3 is now with us here in the studio, joining Neil Foles and myself is Andrew Higginson. I said, when you feel you're on the wall, I mean, this is good. To be on that wall is amazing. Congratulations. Just how much satisfaction did you get out of that victory?
Yeah, it was good. I didn't, to be honest with you, I should have probably lost in the round before. Against Gary, he had a couple of chances and the balls didn't go like so good. But yeah, pleased to win that. And then I got in and I thought, I missed a silly black, and I was just thinking, if I can pot the black, get on a red, I fancy just winning from there, and I took my eye off the black, as sometimes you do.
When you missed that black, Lee Richardson in commentary was just describing how lovely your cue action was. Yeah. It's the commentator's curse, wasn't it?
Commentator's curse.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, obviously both the semi-finals were tight. If you saw the other one, which went to the blue ball shootout, unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, I watched that. It was the pinky potted to make it. The blue ball, and then how he's played the blue himself at the end is sort of, I think when you're under pressure you tend to try and just float things in instead of just punching it in. It's probably something I would do, to be fair.
Yeah. But you weren't in that position. We can believe we had a deadlock. It was so exciting, and I mean that was quite a comfortable victory for you there in that final.
Yeah, it was. I got a bit of a lead, 20-30 points. I think, like I said to you in the previous match or the one before that. Sorry, you're just trying to nurse that lead. And not do anything silly. I missed a couple of balls, and yeah, I'm just pleased to get through. Yeah.
And now you're in the winners group on the 23rd of November. You might as well go on and win the whole thing, eh? But get the practice in for that.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Someone's got to win, haven't they?
10 grand up for grabs.
I know.
Biggest prize money ever in amateur snooker.
Yeah. Again, I keep saying this every time I speak to you, but. It's fantastic what's going on with it. It really is. To have £10,000 for the first prize for amateur snooker is incredible.
Yeah, completely agree with that. And there's a lot up for grabs for a lot of players. And we're going to see the likes of Darren Morgan here next week, aren't we? And they're all in it to win it.
Absolutely. We'll have 12 new players next week. But for tonight, it is congratulations to Andrew Higginson, who joins Andrew Norman and Aaron Canavan. It's all the A's. Neil was saying you've got to win it now. The fact that you're Andrew and an A. But
yeah, that's the scientific analysis we go behind. What your first name starts.
I said there was method in the madness, but I'm not sure. But Neil did actually tip you.
Yeah, I know. You heard that before.
Despite that, you won.
Yeah, first time for everything.
Great stuff. Well done.
Thank you.
Andrew Higginson. And just a little reminder, if you've been out and about and you're wondering how it all panned out, the third week here, finals night, and of course it was Andrew Higginson who got the better of Matt Ford. We did have that blue ball deadlock, and that was in the semi-final. Matt Ford did come through against Dean Sycamore, but Andrew Higginson, he's had to play some really good players tonight. Got the better of Raymond Fry, Gary Filtness, of course, who was gutted to lose out. And then in the final, it was a comfortable victory, quite a convincing victory over Matt Ford. So I think the deserved winner, and once again, loser on the first night, and comes and is crowned the weekly winner.
Happening all the time, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. Yep, you couldn't write it. So obviously next week it's either going to be Alfie or Aidan.
Yeah. Whoever loses in the first match, start with that.
It's obvious.
What else?
It's obvious.
It can't be anybody else.
This is why they get paid the big bucks for their punditry and expertise. What about next week? Shall we take a look at the 12 players then that we have to look forward to for week 4? And a little reminder, if you've never watched the Snooker Legends 900 before, we have got 8 players to start out. The 4 losers on Monday will join 4 new players on Tuesday. And of course then on Tuesday all battle it out for a place on Wednesday, finals night. And that is of course for a place in the grand final. So we did the draw earlier. There you can see some of the names. We mentioned Alfie Lee and Aidan Owens. Alfie Lee, a youngster who will kick off Monday night against Wayne Townsend, and that match will be followed by Mark Ray and Declan Lavery, Vita Popolo, Aidan Owens, Ryan Davies and Arminda Lilly. Neil, I'll ask you, what match you're looking forward to? What player you're really excited to see next week?
Well, I haven't seen Alfie Lee play, and I know if he's anywhere near as good a player as Stephen Lee, his dad, then he's going to be something to see against an old pal of mine, Wayne Townsend, English Amateur Championship runner-up a few years ago. That will be a terrific game to watch. So they are the 2 players I particularly want to see do well. And of course, whoever loses that one, they'll have a chance on the Tuesday night, and they might want to play Darren Morgan if that happened, because he'd be somebody you'd probably want to avoid if you're looking at on the Tuesday a second chance. But the first match is going to be a great one.
What about you, Lee? Who are you looking most forward to?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Alfie Lee play, but also Hayden on the Tuesday night. Hayden Piddy. And of course, Darren Morgan. But they're all good players. So, but they're the two I'm kind of looking forward to seeing.
Ryan Davies is a good lad. We've seen him in the shootout, haven't we?
Yeah, excellent player. And he had a crack in the English Open in Crawley a couple of years ago, so he's got the experience. Won a couple of matches, Neil said, in the shootout, so he could be one I think that punters might be going with.
And plenty of young players.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Week, so.
It's really exciting. It's about the exposure for amateur snooker players. That we've seen some ex-pros, we've seen some legends tonight. It was Joe Johnson this weekend. To be fair, he gave us a lot of entertainment and a lot of brilliance as well. I mean, his long potting was just top drawer.
Even tonight.
70 years of age, knocks balls in at long range. Missed a few short ones tonight, but no, listen, he was unlucky to get knocked out. I know that Dean Sycamore it was who beat him, but good to see Joe, isn't it? What a character, what a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's just close off the week with our pundits' pick. Neil, you got the bragging rights. Andrew Higginson.
Yeah, well, this is never in doubt, was it? Listen, he is just come off the tour. He's played in tour events this year. I think he probably will be the tournament favourite when the book is chalk up tomorrow with 3 of the players through are going to be obviously at the top because they're in the finals group. I think Higginson will be the new favourite for this tournament. Doesn't mean he'll win it, but I think he's got every right to be favourite.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. Yeah, the pundits pick. I'm trying to pick something not the same as you, but just a couple more. I'm not in a competition with you, Neil. Honest.
No, well, I know that. Listen, we just try to.
As they say, don't protest too much. But there you go. Andrew Higginson, Neil Snap landed, and he joins Andrew Norman and Aaron Canavan in the grand final on the 23rd of November. But we'll be back next week from Monday through to Wednesday here on Sporty Stuff TV, 10 o'clock each night. It's been great having your company this week. My thanks to the guys. To Lee, to Neil, to everyone behind the scenes, the referees, Michaela, Mark, and as ever, to you for watching. Good night. Bye-bye.